There's this one incredible journey that every single one of us has taken, but nobody can remember it. I'm talking about the first 7 days of life. It's this wild story, going from just a single cell to, well, a new beginning. So let's just dive right in, shall we?
So it really all boils down to this one question, right? How does a new life even begin? And let me tell you, it's not some gentle, quiet process. No, it's a dramatic, super high stakes event against just impossible odds.
Okay, so what you're looking at right here, it's like the most epic race you can imagine, but it's all happening on a totally microscopic scale. We're talking millions of sperm on this incredible quest, but only a tiny fraction, maybe a few hundred, will even get close to the prize. For any one of them, the odds of actually making it, literally 1 in a million. Insane. And that whole race brings us right to our first stop, the actual moment of conception. This is the grand finale of that journey, and believe me, this is where the competition gets really intense. So you have millions that start the race, right? Well, the field just gets completely whittled down. Only about 300 of them actually manage to navigate the entire journey and reach the egg. From millions down to 300. And out of those 300 that make it to the finish line, only one, just a single one succeeds. One single victor from a race of millions. It's incredible. Okay, and this is where it gets really, really cool. The instant that one winner breaks through the egg's surface, something amazing happens. The egg throws up this impenetrable shield. It's like the door slams shut, locks, and bolts behind it. The race is over. No one else gets in. And in that split second, what do we have? We have what's called a zygote. This is it, the very first cell of a brand new, unique individual. It's formed when the 23 chromosomes from the egg finally merge with the 23 from the sperm. And just like that, fertilization is complete. But okay, that's just the beginning, because this single cell, it's not just any cell. It's carrying something unbelievably profound inside it. It holds the complete, totally one-of-a-kind genetic blueprint for a new person. So with its full set of 46 chromosomes, this tiny zygote has every single instruction needed to build a person. We're talking everything, from hair color to eye color to how tall they'll be. And what's mind-blowing is that this exact genetic combination, it's never existed before in history, and it will never exist again. It is completely unique. And this gives you a great idea of how that blueprint actually gets put together. You can see up top how genes get passed down and kind of shuffled through generations. Pretty neat, right? A quarter of your genes come from each of your grandparents. And then down below, you see how specific traits, like eye color, are figured out by this mix of dominant and recessive genes from mom and dad. And here's something else that's decided right there at that exact moment of fertilization, the baby's sex. Here's how it works. The egg always provides an X chromosome. Always. But the sperm, it can bring either an X or a Y. So if an X sperm wins that race, you get XX, a girl. If a Y sperm makes it first, you get XY, a boy. The whole thing is decided in that first split second. But the story is far from over. I mean, not even close. Now our little hero, this brand new zygote, has to start on its own journey. And it's a pretty dangerous trip, actually, down the fallopian tube, and along the way, it's going to start to transform in incredible ways. All right, so about 30 hours after fertilization, we hit our first huge milestone. That one single cell, it divides into two. It might not sound like much, but this is the first domino to fall in this just unbelievable chain reaction of growth that's going to build a whole person. Fast forward to day 3. After dividing over and over again, that little 2-cell embryo is now a 16-cell cluster. It's called a morula. And that name, it's pretty cool. It actually comes from the Latin word for mulberry. Why? Well, because that's exactly what it looks like. A tiny little berry, a compact ball of life. Okay, jump ahead just a couple more days to around day 5. Another mind-blowing transformation is about to happen. The embryo, which we now call a blastocyst, literally hatches. It breaks itself free from that protective outer shell it's been in since it was an egg. It's shedding its old skin, you could say, getting ready for the single most important step of its journey, finding a safe place to land. Now, while our little traveler has been dividing and journeying, there's a whole other story unfolding in parallel. The mother's body isn't just sitting back and watching. Oh no. It's been incredibly busy getting a safe haven ready for its arrival.
Almost as soon as it exists, the embryo starts producing this hormone called HCG. You can think of it as its very first text message to the mother's body, basically saying, "Hey, I'm here. Don't start your period." This signal is what tells the body, "Okay, we're pregnant. Let's keep this going." And yep, that's the exact hormone that home pregnancy tests are looking for.
So once it gets that message, the body responds. Another hormone, progesterone, kicks into high gear. It gets to work making the lining of the uterus super thick, filling it with blood vessels, and making it really sticky, creating the absolute perfect, cozy, nourishing spot for the blastocyst to settle into. And all of this leads us to the grand finale of this incredible first week. The journey is almost over. Our tiny traveler is at its destination. This final step, this is where the journey ends and a whole new beginning starts. So look at this. On one side, you've got the blastocyst, all hatched and ready to go. And on the other, you have that perfectly prepared uterine lining just waiting. This is that heart-stopping moment right before they meet, where these two perfectly timed events are about to become one. And here it is, implantation. Around day 7, the blastocyst doesn't just, stick to the surface. No, it actively burrows its way into that soft, rich lining, sinking itself right in to get cozy and safe. And once it's securely embedded, that's it. The pregnancy is officially 100% established. When you step back and look at the whole thing, it's just staggering. It's like a perfect symphony where every single instrument has to play its part at the exact right moment. The right hormones, successful ovulation, perfect timing, healthy sperm, a safe journey, a secure landing. Everything has to go just right. It's an absolute miracle of biology. And so, there you have it. In just 7 short days, we've gone from a 1 in a million race to a brand new life, securely tucked in and ready to grow. The foundation for the next 9 months is officially laid, and it all leads to this, a new person. From that tiny, dramatic race to the silent, perfect dance between the embryo and the mother's body, this first week is just an incredible story, isn't it? It's a story against all odds, a story of unbelievable biology. And it really makes you think, what part of that journey do you find the most amazing?